I'm Steve Adubato. More importantly, welcome to One-on-One from the Newark Museum. We continue with an array of extraordinary guests, and we're honored to have back with us Jeremy V. Johnson, Executive Director of the Newark Arts Council. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Tell us about this organization, Newark Arts Council, which does great things, and I've been honored to be a part of some of your terrific events.
You have been. You've been a part of our great celebrations of some of the great champions of the arts in Newark. So the Newark Arts Council is a terrific organization that's an umbrella and a foundation for all the great arts that happen here in Newark. So most people know us for our Open Doors Festival, where we literally throw open the doors to all of the art galleries and museums and studio spaces in October. But we also do a wonderful grants program that brings the arts into the communities of Newark, not just downtown, but into all of the wards. And then we have a wonderful celebration of the champions of the arts, including one coming up.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. Well, this year we're honoring the inimitable late and great Clement Price, who you know so well.
Yeah, why don't we pull back a little bit? You know, I'm going to make too much of it, but yeah, I will. You see that shot right behind Jeremy? That piece of art right behind you? The many faces of Dr. Clement Price. It is not an exaggeration to say that we would not be here at the Newark Museum. We would not be doing our series Newark at a Crossroads. We would not be at the Newark NJPAC. We would not be at NJIT. We would not be doing any of the programming we do in Newark. We would not know what we know about Newark and care as much as we do about Newark if the great Newark historian from Rutgers, Dr. Clement Price, were not the mentor he was to so many of us. Am I exaggerating?
Well, I count him as one of my mentors. I think one of the reasons I fell in love with Newark and I adopted Newark was because of Clement Price.
Tell folks who may not know who Clem was and why he continues to matter so much. Who was Clem?
Clem was a statesman, he was a writer, an orator, a historian, but he was a lover of cities, and especially a lover of Newark and its past, its complicated, complex past, like any relationship. And he helped all of us to understand Newark's past, its present, and where we're going in the future.
So what's coming up?
Well, coming up, the Newark Arts Council is going to celebrate his life and his support of the arts. You know, at one point, he was the chairman of the New Jersey State Council on the Arts, involved in so many organizations statewide and even nationally that supported history, the arts, culture. And we're going to celebrate him at our big event this year.
It's got a great name. What's it called?
If not for Clem.
If not for Clem.
If not for Clem, where would we be? Where would the city be? So we're really thrilled about that.
And by the way, before we talk about the fall, the great fall events that you have coming, our production team at the CAUCUS Educational Corporation is going to be at the event. We're producing a documentary, you know, if not for Clem. That being said, talk about what's happening in the fall with the Arts Council.
In the fall, we have the Open Doors Festival in October, but before that, If Not for Clem is happening in March.
Right. We're going to date ourselves. This is going to air a little bit before, but that's okay.
Where do you want me to go first?
Let's talk about the fall.
Oh, we're looking for an October
What
trifecta.
Is this? Open Door?
This is part of our Open Doors and Art Start. That's a program where we actually provide grants to organizations that are in our community that serve young people. We have a roundtable that we have umbrellaed called the Newark Arts Education Roundtable.
What's the Rutgers connection?
Everything in Newark happens in connection with Rutgers.
It's true, isn't it?
We're joined at the hip with Rutgers. They're represented on our board.
That's why Dr. Nancy Cantor, who is the leader, former president of Syracuse University, comes here to Newark to be our chancellor.
We love Nancy. We love what Rutgers is doing in the arts and in the communities in partnership with the Arts Council and with many of our social service and anchor institutions.
Talk about the 350th anniversary of Newark. What's going on? It has a name. It has a brand. It has a whole series of events. What is it?
NC 350.
NC 350 stands for?
Newark Celebration 350. 1666, the city was founded, as Clem would be quick to tell us. And over the course of this year, there are going to be hundreds, literally hundreds of events and celebrations involving large institutions, individual artists, community groups, and we're going to be really turning up the volume. You know, my colleague John Schreiber at New Jersey Performing Arts Center talks about turning up the volume on this birthday celebration. So the Newark Arts Council's really thrilled to be a partner in this and amplifying how we celebrate the arts and our community across the city.
What's your story?
My story?
Yeah,
well,
and your connection to the city.
I came to New Jersey because of the arts. I came here, I got a job at a small nonprofit in Montclair, the same time that Governor Kane was governor and really promoting the arts, and especially the New Jersey State Council on the Arts. So that's really what brought me to New Jersey, and I ended up working at New Jersey Performing Arts Center in their early days when it was still a dream and dirt with Larry Goldman, and part of the fundraising and marketing team to get that built. So we have come a long way since then, and again, I fell in love with the city, and I'm doing everything in my power to keep it going, and that's why I'm here.
And for those who are wondering, the grants from the Arts Council go to what kinds of organizations?
They could be even groups like, I love this group called Newark Mommies.
Newark Mommies?
Newark Mommies. Yeah, these are mothers with their toddlers who go to libraries and they create art projects out of stories for toddlers and the libraries across the city. So that's one of my favorite. Another one I love is a project we did with a group called Bridges, which works with the homeless.
That's right.
And we work with a photographer, you may know, Akintola Hanif.
Absolutely.
And not just providing services for the homeless, but we put cameras in the hands of the homeless in Newark, and they captured their experiences.
Tell their story.
This is going to be on exhibit coming up soon. Yes, absolutely. And this was through a grant through the Newark Arts Council.
Well, you're doing important work. And by the way, tell everyone again where they can. We put up the website as we do this. Find out more information on the Newark Arts Council.
We'd love you to visit newarkarts.org, and you'll find all the information you can about Open Doors, about our Art Start grant programming, about our Newark Arts Education Roundtable, and so much more. Jeremy
V. Johnson, Executive Director of a great organization called the Newark Arts Council. We are proud to be partners with you, working with you on a whole range of important projects. Thanks for being part of this one-on-one at the Newark Museum series. Appreciate it.
It's our pleasure, Steve.
You got it. Stay with us. We'll be right back right after this. Thanks, Jeremy.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the CAUCUS Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. And by the Newark Museum, in cooperation with NJTV. And 13 for WNET. Funding for this special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato at Newark Museum has been provided by Bank of America, PSE&G, Cone Resnick, University Hospital, Newark, New Jersey, Johnson & Johnson, Prudential Financial's Global Communications Department, and by the North Ward Center. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.